Hi, welcome back to Life Beyond Locks. My name is Ashley, and I am here today with a piece from Wigshe, which it's been a minute since I've looked at Wigshe, but they have long been my go-to for budget-friendly pieces. And we're gonna talk about this particular piece, which I actually don't have the order specs on at the time of filming. So I'm gonna be putting those in the description below and probably in the title so that if you want to get this identical piece, I should have a dedicated link, or if not, I'll have the details of what you need to put in the notes when you place an order. So why am I filming without that detail? Well, to be honest, this thing was lost in transit. It showed up on my doorstep this morning and it's the weekend. I film on weekends because I am a high school teacher, so I'm out of the school Monday to Friday during daylight hours, and we're about to get a snowstorm tomorrow. So I'm in front of a window. It's cloudy, but not really dark, and I know that it's going to be much worse tomorrow. So I'm wearing a sunny shirt because when I pulled this out of the box, my kids thought that this looked like the perfect wig for summertime. So I put on a sunny colored sweatshirt and we're gonna give it a go. I am confident now. I've worked with Wigshe long enough to know that the hair quality, it's the Chinese Remy human hair, and it is pretty consistent in the way that it dries, which is beautifully. We're not talking about the highest quality of hair, but we're also talking about not bad hair quality. You're gonna be able to curl it, you're gonna be able to heat style it, and you're gonna be able to do that with very little resistance from the hair. So it's gonna dry, it's kind of porous, I find. It dries fluffy with a wave, but again, not so much wave that you have to put a ton of effort into heat styling. You won't need to. So in terms of budget, like value for budget, this is always gonna be a great company to choose from. So let's talk about this piece, where this idea for this color came from, because this one was a custom color. And I'm going to show you the inspiration and you'll see for yourself whether, it matches up. And spoiler, it doesn't match up perfectly, but we were working over the DMs. I just sent some photos. Lighting is always going to be a problem when you're sending photos for custom color. And I've long said that Wigshe, though they offer custom coloring, isn't, for me, I wouldn't recommend them for custom coloring. That's not the way to go. If you want to get one of their pieces and then get it custom colored by someone in North America, I think that's a much safer option in order to get exactly what it is that you're looking for. You'll still come in under the budget of most North American colorist pieces. So if you're looking for custom coloring on a budget, order yourself a Wigshe and then go lighter than the color that you actually want your hair to end up, and then take this to somebody who specializes in wig color work in North America. You're going to have a better experience overall, I think. I say North America, but Europe, wherever you live. That said, Wigshe is an excellent choice if you are not particular about color. So if you're trying to match something identically, this is not going to be for you. But if you want something that just looks good on your head, feels good on your head, and is going to look realistic, then I think Wigshe is a good option. And they actually have one of my favorite caps of all time. I'm not kidding. I used to wear a Wigshe piece as my everyday piece. Sorry about that. My kids were screaming, not fighting, so they often do. They were just trying to call each other. One's upstairs, one downstairs. So I thought maybe you could hear that. Turn the camera off for a second. Sorry. So Wigshe has really good options if you're looking for something budget friendly. If you're looking for something that is good enough to wear and comfortable, that's where I lost my place. The cap construction is so good. One of my favorite pieces from Wigshe, I should show you on camera soon. I haven't pulled it out in almost a year because it was my everyday, like, weekend piece. So every day on the weekend, basically, I was going for this piece, if not a hat fall wig. I wore it on our March break trip to Montreal last year. Like, it was my go-to, what's the word I'm looking for, like, leisure wig. I tried to cut curtain bangs into it and I cut them too short. So I haven't worn it since, which is a huge bummer. So I'm excited to have this one. I don't think I will be wearing it maybe right now, but I do agree with the kids that it's kind of a summer color, and I'm looking forward to popping this on my head a lot in the summer months ahead. I'm also going to give her a cut, I think, in the interim and get her ready to wear. So here is the inspiration. I'm digressing. So here is the inspiration for the piece. I was hoping to get a replica of my everyday piece that comes from another company. So this one is bought in North America. This one's in China. This one costs, I'm going to have to check the price on this, but based on my previous experiences with Wigshe, this one costs double what this one costs. Okay, double the price. Not even exaggerating. Double the price on sale. So I bought this one on sale. I have two wigs that are identical, and these are what I wear Monday to Friday because I don't change up my hair when I am at work to avoid questions and conversations. Okay. Now they did have photographs, but that was all they had. And there's like, obviously going to be discrepancies when you're looking at cameras and still pictures. I didn't send videos, which I probably should have. So is it an identical match? No, it's not. But I think you can agree that Wigshe did a pretty darn good job, all things considered. But these are not going to be sister wigs. They're not. So I did want to show you you know, kind of what the inspiration was and what I ended up getting. But in terms of the, well, straight out of the box style, like this is going to need styling. This one has been styled. It looks pretty darn good, right? In terms of the way that the highlights lay, for the most part, it's a little bit different at the front hairline, but in the back, it's pretty similar. In terms of the hair texture, this one is a Brazilian texture, this one is Chinese or human hair. They're going to feel different and they look a little bit different in person, but like they have the same kind of movement. I think you would agree. This one needs a wash, so maybe that's why it's not moving quite as nicely as this one is. This one's definitely moving nicer right now. This one's also older, but yeah. So there you go. So this is the comparison. So now we're gonna pop a wig grip on my head, throw this one on, cut the lace, and see how she looks. The only thing that makes me very sad right now is that I have lost my pinking shears, and I have avoided, for so long, I've been avoiding buying new ones because I just know that the second I buy new ones, I'm going to find my old ones. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and cut with regular scissors, but I do advise you to use pinking shears because they leave a scalloped edge. And I have found that since using pinking shears, I'll link mine in my Amazon storefront. Since using mine, they take a bit of getting used to because they're quite large to cut with. But since doing it, I find that fraying is so much less of an issue with my lace. And it just looks so good at the front. So I'm not going to cut this lace super duper short because I actually want to cut it shorter once I order new pinking shears or find mine. Let's take a look at the cap construction first though, because I have said that Wigshe has one of my favorite caps, and they honest to goodness do. They're so comfortable. They fit my head so nicely. I'm a 21.25 inch circumference, 11 ear to ear, 12 front to back. So you've got a generous parting area, the lace that extends all the way to the ear tab. We've got wefted back, which is nice and stretchy. Clips, which I don't use. I never take them out, but I don't use them. We've got adjusters at the back, the bra strap style adjuster. And then we also have a back comb and a comb, I guess, at the crown. Neither of which do I really use either. Actually, I do sometimes use the back one when it comes with one right under my wig grip there. So I'm going to cut off the tag from Wigshe. And you'll see it's confirmed here that this is a size small. So before plopping it on my head, I'm going to go in and cut the lace right away because I know that I am keeping her. Of course, if you're not certain, don't cut the lace until you are. I should also add that I have bleach knots here, or lightly bleached knots. So you can see that. Get close here. And so that's going to give a pretty realistic looking hairline. So to cut this lace, now again, recommended that you do this instead with pinking shears. You can put it on your head, but I find it actually far more challenging to cut with it on my head. Sometimes I do it on a mannequin head, my canvas mannequin head, but lately I just freehand it. So I usually go up the middle like this, and then just cut along the hairline. So I'm cutting it a little bit tighter than I probably should be if I want to cut it more later, but it'll be okay. Can you see that? I hope you can see that the way I'm cutting it. And then we'll go through this side. So now I'm going to start at the bottom and meet in the middle. Woo! I almost dropped it. Boom. All right, lace is cut, ready to pop her on. Oh, the fit is so good. Okay, I'm looking in, I've got a bit of a ring light on and then I'm right in front of a window. So I'm gonna go away, just make sure that I've got this sitting on my head correctly. I'll be right back. It was exactly where I needed it. So I'll pull out my side pieces, my little sideburns, which I flat iron because I have curly hair. And if I go back in, I'm gonna actually cut right into this ear tab to get rid of that lace. You can also put some eyeshadow on it if you prefer. Okay, so this is how it looks out of the box. We're gonna style it a little bit. I initially was gonna put curls all around it, but I actually think that I won't now, just because I do think I'm gonna give it a cut. And so keeping it straight will make it easier to cut. But I'll show you how it looks from all sides. Do we agree that it's a summer color, right? Especially for someone like me. Now it's probably, if you're blonde, this is not a summer color, this is your everyday color. But for me, as someone who has naturally, medium brown hair, I think it is a good summer kind of color. I'm going to go in right now, just do a quick pass, get out all the little kinks that are in it. And as I said, I do think that this one's going to look a lot better once she has curls in her and a haircut, because it's kind of like a blunt cut right now, but I want to be able to see exactly how it looks before making that cut. So it just makes the most sense to flat iron it. So the density here, I'm guessing, just guessing, but I suspect they went with a more natural density because we have been working together for a while. So I don't even ask for specs anymore, like specifics anymore. They just know to give me the lower density. They usually offer 120 and 150, but I always go for the 120 because I feel like it's more than enough hair. And look at this, you can get an ear tuck in there nicely, right? Without it looking overwhelming in any way. Now you might see the lace on the side here, but as I said, I'm going to cut that off. How great. It's really natural in terms of the amount of hair that you're getting. Okay, so I will go around the whole thing and I'll be right back to show you the final look. All right, I did not go all the way around the back just because I decided as I was flat ironing it that I do actually think I want to wash it before cutting it. I think that's what I'm going to do. But certainly I was like, I don't need to style it all the way around because I know that it needs a cut. It's currently, I feel like, a bit of a lob. Maybe that's just in my head though. But yeah, it needs a cut. So I think I'm just going to go ahead, cut it, and then I'll do a part 2 of this video so you can see how it turned out. Now, I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not bringing it to a hairstylist. I'm going to do it on my own, but I will go slow and steady, and then I'll show you the result. So it is a beautiful piece. Like I said, it's going to be great for an ear tuck. It feels super natural on my head. It feels super light on my head. It fits really, really well. I have a tendency to find that wigs have a lot of extra bulk here at the back. This one fits probably the same as my daily wig. Like there's a little bit of room, but not so much. Fits well across the front here. The hairline looks really natural. The only thing that I don't love, and I should have known this because to get subtle highlighting is quite tricky, I think. I'm not a colorist, but I find the transition here at the front is a little aggressive. For my liking. So that's the only thing that I don't love, but it's not enough of a deal breaker for me not to wear this out because I really like it anyway. I think I might just try to see if I can, I don't know, do something, maybe some root powder or something like that right there to soften the line. Possibly parting it elsewhere will help with that, but I don't think so. So if I were to get this again, I think I would just not get the highlights. Maybe I would just go for this base color because the base is really nice, but I don't know. I'll let you decide if it's a good one for you or not. Certainly wearable though, certainly amazing for the price point. I mean, look at that. It's so gorgeous. So, okay, I've talked your ear off long enough. I think you've got a sense of this piece and how it turns out of the box. So I'm going to go, I'm going to wash her. I'm going to cut her. Maybe I'll film the cutting. Maybe. I'm a little shy with my skills because I don't have any, but I'm going to try cutting her. I'm going to keep the length the same, but I'm just going to add some layers at the bottom and layers to the front for a little bit more movement at the front. I'm not going to make the mistake that I did before and cut short curtain bangs. I'm going to go really long, but I am going to do a little something and then I will share the final result with you in a part 2 of this video. I am back and happy to report that this piece, just like every other from Wigshe that I've had, dried absolutely beautifully. Look at the wave pattern. So yes, it dried wavy. And someone recently posted, a company that I follow and that I really quite respect, posted recently that hair that dries wavy is usually not of good quality. But honestly, I disagree. I think you can tell based on how it dries whether it's good quality or not. And sometimes pieces will dry wavy, but they'll also be really, really frizzy. And you can tell that the hair is probably not Remy. It's got issues. It's probably, got some split ends and things like that. This piece, however, dried wavy, but like, look at that, zero frizz. I have curly hair. So when I see something that dries like this naturally on a wig stand, I know that this is reasonable quality because look at that. There's no frizz, nothing. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm not seeing split ends on here. I'm not seeing anything wonky. Now, no judgment because I actually took scissors to this and cut it. And I feel like I really messed up the bottom. I went scissor happy and, well, I'm not a professional hairstylist, so we're gonna see what this looks like after I curl it. The issue was when I got this piece, the top layer was longer. So the top layer came to about here, was longer than the bottom layer. So that was weird. So I tried to invert it and give it some layers, and now it just looks redonkulous. So we'll see what it looks like once I put some loose curls in it. But I might have to actually cut it even shorter now to make all of that blend, which I'm really sad about because I'm going to be taking the length up quite a lot. Let's throw this on my head though, see what it looks like in this air dried state, and then I'm going to heat style it and throw in some loose curls. So I don't know how this is going to look because it dried on a wig stand, and that front part is probably going to be a little weird. Okay, I need to take out the combs because the comb just pulled at my hair. My bio hair. Okay, is that in place? Oh, well, hello. I can't see if I've got it in place or not. I remember if from part 1 of this video, I didn't cut the lace super short. So the lace is longer than it should be, but that's because I'm waiting for pinking shears to arrive. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so I did cut some shorter pieces in the front to have a little bit more movement. I don't want to heat style this. This is so cute. Like beachy wave, perfect for summertime. I'm going to leave this one air dried, I feel like, all summer because it's so good like that. Beautiful, right? Oh my gosh, I totally love it. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of it as it is right now because I want to remember what this looked like, and then I'll be back and we're going to heat style it on my canvas head together. I'm back and it's heat styled and I'm so happy with it. I just went to see my daughter. I said, do I look like a poodle? And she said, you look like a pretty poodle. So I'm using a new flat iron. My flat iron completely died and I had to order another one. So this one has like a real rounded edge on it. And I also had it set, I didn't even notice, but I had it set higher than what I would typically go. So my old flat iron, I would have done 380 and this is at 410. So it risks damaging your piece when it's that hot, but like, look how well it took a curl. This is probably gonna last, I would assume, a very long time. Didn't take long to curl, but it definitely it took a curl, but it's fun. So I didn't put anything in this. There's no like added product yet. I'm going to go and add, actually maybe I need to curl that piece a little bit more. I'm going to add probably a little bit of oil just to give some hydration because this is a lighter color overall. We know that the piece is going to need to be hydrated, but I am certainly happy with it. Is it exactly what I asked for? No, but that's what you risk when you order custom online. I mean, everybody's resolution is different on their cameras. The color appears differently on different screens, and then you're interpreting based on what you see on the screen. So it makes sense that they're not going to get it 100% of the time. And if you do want to have like a perfect color, then you probably need to go somewhere local where you can actually walk in and show them what you're looking for. But if you're not super fussy on color being 100% accurate and more just on like, can I get a good piece for a good price? Look at this. So I have to run it through. I think this piece is going to be about $600 to $650, maybe a little bit less with my discount code. That's unbelievable, right? So what did I have to do to it? I washed it. I did give it a haircut. So I added some curtain bangs at the front. I did that myself, but I took my time and I went easy on it because I'm not a hairstylist. I added a little bit of layers throughout just to give some extra dimension and, is that the right word? Some lift overall. But if you wanted to take your piece to a stylist to get cut, I mean, what does that cost? Cut $40, something like that extra to get it customized to your liking. So you're still coming way under the price point of more expensive wigs, probably half the price at minimum. So, I mean, Wigshe is going to offer a really great alternative if, like I said, you're not super fussy. If you're very particular, and by the way, you are totally entitled to be fussy when you are buying a wig. I just feel like I need to say that because I think fussy has a negative connotation, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm fussy sometimes, often, but I'm also cheap. So I'm always looking to get the best piece that I can at the best price that I can. And sometimes I want a piece that's good enough, and sometimes I want a piece that's like exactly what I want it to be. So I'm not at all, there's no judgment. Like if this is not for you, you're like, I don't want to roll the dice on color. I don't want to roll the dice on a cut. I don't want to roll the dice on any of that. Totally get you, totally understand and support you in getting something that comes ready to go, no questions asked. But if you're willing to roll the dice a little bit at a major cost savings, I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's so darn pretty. I mean, I can't stop smiling. I love it. I absolutely love this piece. I can't wait to wear it. I won't be wearing it to school, so this one's gonna sit in my closet until weekends come and then the summer, and then I feel like this is gonna be my go-to all summer long because, you know, if it gets a little sun exposure or whatever happens, I don't need to worry because I can replace it for a fraction of the price of my current daily piece and still feel so pretty in it. It is just fantastic. Definitely ear tuckable in terms of the density. If you're, you know, wondering about that, even with the curl, yes, you can still ear tuck. Possibilities of updos and just all the things. It's so great. So if you have any questions, please drop them below. I'm happy to help in any way that I can with regards to your questions about wigs, hair toppers, hair loss. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you want to see more from Wigshe and what you'd like to see next. Thank you.